At the University of California, Berkeley in 1964, there was beginning a phase of youth revolt that was to be heard around the world. It became simply a fight about freedom of speech, but it was much, much more than that. The university wanted to force upon the students a series of regulations on political activity and a solicitation of funds which the students felt was against their constitutional rights. It became a cry against the alienation of certain individual rights. In defiance of the ban on on-campus political activities, graduate student Jack Weinberg set up a table with political information and was arrested. But a group of approximately 3,000 students surrounded the police car in which he was held, preventing it from moving for 36 hours. As the strike continued, the rallies grew larger, and the dispute came to focus on the university's ideas that it had the right to punish students for off-campus violations of law, which, in the university's opinion, resulted from on-campus activities. This became known as the double jeopardy issue, and resulted in one of the largest of the free speech demonstrations at that time. Nearly 6,000 students began a sit-in and marched into Sproul Hall on the campus. Governor Brown allowed for police action and resulted in almost 800 students being arrested and sent to jail under the charges of trespassing, unlawful assembly, and resisting arrest. This led to a large student strike where almost 9,000 students refused to go to class. During the strike, the students had raised more than $8,000 in bail money to release the jailed students. On December 8th, a vote was held and finally put the faculty behind the students. However, even after this, the issues were not fully resolved. Many of the arrested students were still awaiting court decisions, despite a cry for immunity. The 800 were tried in the spring before a judge and convicted on 2 of 3 counts. Most got probation and fines. FSM leaders were sentenced to 30 to 120 days, and after 2 years, the final appeal was denied, and the 800 paid their fines and served their time. The free speech movement dissolved. Its place was taken by new campus groups, especially the Vietnam Day Committee, which organized one of the first campus teach-ins in May of 1965. Protests against the war largely replaced civil rights demonstrations, though some new issues also emerged. The FSM was the beginning of what became known as the 6-Year War on the Berkeley campus. While student groups could now meet, set up tables, raise money, and pretty much say what they pleased at rallies and demonstrations on campus, skirmishes continued over time.